Welcome to Tungal Online Classes. Today we are going to discuss about the topic motion of a charged particle in the magnetic field. Motion of a charged particle in the magnetic field. In the previous classes we discussed that if any one of the charged particle is entered into the magnetic field, the magnetic field itself will exert an external force over the charged particle, which are entered in it. So the expression for the force acting on the charged particle, due to the external magnetic field is given by, F bar is equal to Q into V bar cross B bar. F bar is equal to what? Q into V bar cross B bar. What is the F bar denotes? The F bar is denoting the amount of the force which is exerted by the magnetic field on the charged particles which are entered in that corresponding magnetic field. Here Q is indicating what? Q is indicating the magnitude of the charge, and V bar is indicating the velocity of the charged particle, and B bar is indicating what? Magnetic field intensity. All these terms F bar, V bar, B bar, all is represented in the vector notation. All are represented in the what? Vector notation. That means the direction of the force F bar, must be depends upon the direction of the velocity as well as the magnetic field. Once again, the direction of the force F bar must be depends upon the two factors. One is the velocity and as well as magnetic field intensity's directions. Depending upon those directions only, we can say the particular force will be acting in the particular direction. One more rule is there to find the direction of the force, that is nothing but Fleming's left hand rule. By using the Fleming's left hand rule, we have to find the direction of the force, which is acting on the charged particles in the presence of the magnetic field. Now we are going to discuss how the motion of the charged particle will be existing. Here we assume in case 1. So case 1 I will took theta is equal to 0 or 180 degrees. In case 1 I took the value of the theta. What is the theta here? Theta is denoting what? Angle between the velocity vector as well as the magnetic field. Theta is denoting what? Angle between the velocity vector as well as the magnetic field. That means the theta will be saying that in which direction, the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field. It is a very, very important. Theta is saying what? Theta is saying that the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field. In which direction? Here, in which direction the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field is a very, very important. Depending upon that particular direction only, we can say that the charged particle will be moving either straight line path or circular path or helical path. So the path of the charged particle, is deciding by the factor theta. The path of the charged particle in the given magnetic field is deciding by whom? Theta value. The theta will be saying the particular path of the charged particle which is entered into the magnetic field. So in the case 1 what I took, theta value will be either it is equal to 0 degrees or 180 degrees. Theta will be is equal to how much? Either 0 degrees or 180 degrees. So theta is equal to 0 or 180 means what? Either the charged particle will be entered parallel to the magnetic field. The charged particle will be entered into what? Either parallel to the magnetic field or anti-parallel to the magnetic field. The charged particle will be entered in which direction? Either parallel to the magnetic field. Parallel means in the direction of the magnetic field. So what I assumed here, the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field either in the direction of the magnetic field or opposite to the direction of the magnetic field. In case 1, what I assumed here, theta value will be taken as either 0 degrees or 180 degrees. The meaning of that is the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field. The charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field either parallel to the B bar or anti-parallel to the B bar, or in the direction of the magnetic field or opposite to the direction of the magnetic field. In this case, what will happen? We will see. See here, if a theta value is equal to either 0 or 180 degrees, we assume. So from the first equation, I will write the magnitude of the force is given by, F is equal to what? BQV sin theta. In the equation number 1, I wrote the force was represented in the vector notation. The force is represented in which notation? Vector notation. But in the equation 2, I took the magnitude of the force. I took what? Magnitude of the force. Now, if you took theta value is equal to 0, sin 0 is equal to what? 0. 0 into BQV, 0. So first, if you consider the theta value as 0 degrees, sin 0 value is equal to how much? 0. If you substitute the sin 0 value as 0 in the equation number 2, the total force acting on the charged particle, will be is equal to what? 0. Total force is equal to what? 0. Suppose you took the second value as 180 degrees. Sin 180 also is equal to how much? 0. Sin 180 value also is equal to what? 0. Again, this sin term value is equal to what? 0. 0 into BQV, 0. That means, in this case, either you consider theta value is equal to 0, or theta is equal to 180 degrees. What you got finally? Force is equal to 0. Force is equal to what? 0. So, going to basics of the definitions of the force. What is the definition of the force? Force is either a push or pull. Force is a what? Either a push or pull, which will causes the change of state of the body. Which will causes the what? Change of state of the body. What is the change of state here? So initially the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field. In which direction? Either parallel to the magnetic field, or anti-parallel to the magnetic field. Parallel to the magnetic field or anti-parallel to the magnetic field means the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field along which path? Straight line path. So, in this case 1, when you consider either theta is equal to 0 or 180 degrees, the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field, and that is traveling along which direction? Straight line path. Which path? Straight line path. Because there is no force is acting on the charged particle. There was no change in the state of the charged particle. What is the meaning of a change of state? If it is initially in the state of the rest, it is also in the state of the rest. If it is in the uniform motion, it is also in the uniform motion. So that means before the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field, with what velocity it was traveling, along which path the charged particle will be traveling, even though when the charged particle will be entered with that angle of either theta is equal to 0 or 180 also, along the same path, the charged particle will be travels. So from this, what we conclude that, so when theta is equal to 0 or 180 degrees, net force acting on the charged particle is equal to 0. Hence, its path was undeviated. That means, in which path the charged particle will be traveling that? Finally, we say that the charged particle will be traveling along the straight line path according to the case 1. This is a very, very important one. Next, coming to the case 2. So in case 2, I assumed that In case 2, I assumed that theta is equal to 90. Theta is equal to what? 90. Once again, what is the theta here? Theta is denoting the angle between direction of the magnetic field as well as the path along in which the charged particle will be traveling. Simply we will say that V bar. Now, if theta is equal to 90, theta is equal to what? 90. Theta is equal to 90 means what we said here, the direction of motion of the charged particle, is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. That is the meaning of theta is equal to 90. Once again, what is the theta denotes here? The theta is denoting the angle between V bar as well as B bar. So that only we wrote here. The direction of motion of the charged particle is perpendicular to the magnetic field. That case we consider. Once again, already we know that F bar is equal to Q into V bar across B bar. What is the F bar here? The F bar is what? The force acting on the charged particle in the given magnetic field. Here, direction of the motion of the charged particle is perpendicular to B bar. From the definition of the cross product, so the force F bar is perpendicular to B bar. Force F bar is what? Perpendicular to V bar. What is the V bar? Velocity vector. We know that velocity is equal to displacement by time. Velocity vector V bar is equal to what? Displacement by time. This is a fundamental definition we know well. So, velocity vector V bar is equal to what? S bar by time. Time is a what? Scalar. Now, coming to here, if F bar is a perpendicular to V bar, can I write F bar is a perpendicular to S bar? Can I write F bar is a perpendicular to S bar? Yes, we can write F bar is a perpendicular to S bar. Once again, see here, we know the fundamental formula. What is the fundamental formula? The force acting on the charged particle, which is moving in the magnetic field, F bar is equal to what you know? Q into V bar across B bar. Already we discussed in the previous classes the force acting on the charged particle. The direction can be found out by using either cross product or Fleming's left hand rule. If F bar is equal to Q into V bar across B bar, we can write F bar is a perpendicular to V bar as well as F bar is also perpendicular to B bar. But I consider the term is F bar is a perpendicular to V bar. So we know the fundamental definition of the velocity vector. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. So if F bar is a perpendicular to V bar, F bar is also to be perpendicular to what? Displacement vector S bar. Now, coming to the work done by the magnetic field. So whenever a charged particle will be traveling in the magnetic field, I want to calculate work done by the magnetic field. Why? Whenever the charged particle is traveling in the magnetic field, some external force is acting on the charged particle. Along which the particle is also in the motion. Force is acting as well as the particle is also what? In the motion. So, I want to calculate how much work done should be done by external magnetic field. So, work done by the magnetic field is equal to general formula F bar dot S bar. Here f bar is a perpendicular to s bar means here theta value is equal to what? 90 degrees. So work done formula is equal to what? Fs cos theta. This work done is equal to, we will write that the work done value is equal to what? 0. That the work done is equal to what? 0. Once again see here. Here second case is considered. Second case is considered. In the second case, what we are assuming that theta value is equal to 90. What is the theta here? Theta is nothing but angle between the velocity vector as well as the magnetic field vector. Angle between the velocity vector as magnetic field vector. So the meaning of that theta is equal to 90 means the charged particle will be moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. Now, we know the basic formula. What is the basic formula? We know F bar is equal to Q into V bar cross B bar. F bar is equal to what? Q into V bar cross B bar. So, from the cross product definition, if F bar is equal to Q into V bar cross B bar, so I will write F bar is a perpendicular to V bar as well as F bar is also perpendicular to B bar. I took the case 1. What is the case 1? F bar is a perpendicular to V bar. F bar is a perpendicular to V bar. What is the V bar? Velocity of the charged particle. Velocity of the charged particle. We know the definition of the velocity. Velocity V bar is equal to what? S bar by T. So, if F bar is a perpendicular to the velocity vector, I can write F bar is a perpendicular to S bar. F bar is a perpendicular to what? S bar. So, I consider the case whenever the charged particle is moving in the magnetic field. I consider the case whenever the charged particle is moving in the magnetic field. By the magnetic field, might be some work done should be takes place. Might be some external work done might be takes place. So work done formula I wrote. Work done is equal to basic formula F bar dot S bar. Here F bar is a perpendicular to S bar means total work done is equal to what? 0. Total work done is equal to 0 means according to work energy theorem. According to the work energy theorem. So what we write? Work done is equal to what? Change in kinetic energy. According to the work energy theorem, what we will write? The total work done by the external force is equal to change in kinetic energy of the charged particle. So work done is equal to 0 means what? Work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy is equal to 0. Change in kinetic energy is equal to 0 means what? Initial kinetic energy is equal to what? Final kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy is equal to what? Final kinetic energy. Whenever the initial kinetic energy value is equal to final kinetic energy, what we will say that the speed of the charged particle will be constant. The speed of the charged particle will be constant. When the change in kinetic energy will be takes place, whenever the speed will be changes, there will be change in kinetic energy will be existing. If initial kinetic energy value is equal to final kinetic energy value means what? There was no change in the speed of the charged particle. There was no change in the speed of the charged particle. That means even though the charged particle will be traveling in the magnetic field, there was no change in the speed. But even though there was no change in the speed, some external force will be acting on the charged particle. The meaning is what means? So, even though the charged particle will be traveling in the magnetic field, if its speed will be constant, again, some external force will be acting over the charged particle means the force will only changes the direction of the motion of the charged particle. Already we told that. What is the nature of the force? Whenever force will be there, acceleration is also there. Whenever the force will be there, acceleration is also there. Acceleration means what? Rate of change of velocity. Here we have to understand the point is what? Speed is constant, but force is not is equal to 0. Force is not is equal to 0 means what? Acceleration is not is equal to 0. Acceleration is not is equal to 0 means only there will be a change in the direction of the motion of the charged particle. Direction of the motion of the charged particle. That means, so from all these data, what we concluded that the path along which keeping the speed will be constant, but its direction will be continuously changes, means the path is a nothing but circular path. The path is nothing but what? Circular path. So we know very well, whenever a charged particle will be traveling in the uniform circular motion, whenever the charged particle will be traveling in the uniform circular motion, the speed of the charged particle will be constant, but from the point to point, its direction only changes. So what we conclude is, whenever the direction of the motion of the charged particle is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, only one path the particle will be travels, only along one path the charged particle will be travels. That path is nothing but what? Circular path. Circular path. Now, if any one of the particle will be traveling in the circular path, it need one force. That force is nothing but centripetal force. If any one of the charged particle is traveling along the circular path over the charged particle, one force will be acting. That force is nothing but centripetal force. Here we know that if Earth is revolving around the sun, in the circular path, the gravitational force is providing the necessary centripetal force. If we assume Earth is revolving around the sun in the circular path, who is providing the required centripetal force? Gravitational force. Similarly, if electrons are revolving around the nucleus, in the circular path, who are providing the required centripetal force? Means the electrostatic force between the nucleus and the electron will provide the necessary centripetal force. Similar to that, here the charged particle is revolving in the circular path in the presence of the magnetic field. That required centripetal force is provided by the corresponding magnetic field. Therefore, we will write centripetal force is equal to the force acting on the charged particle, due to the magnetic field. So centripetal force value is equal to what? Fc is equal to what? BQV. So centripetal force formula, mv square by r is equal to BQV. VV will be getting cancelled. Therefore, R is equal to mv by bq. R is equal to what? mv by bq. It's a very important formula. Whenever the charged particle is revolving in the circular path, the radius of the circular path is given by R is equal to mv by bq. R is equal to what? mv by bq. So what we got previously here? We got the radius of the circular path is equal to R is equal to mv by bq. R is equal to what we got? mv by bq. So here, whenever the particle will be revolving in the circular path, the particle is also having some Angular velocity. The particle is also having which velocity? Angular velocity. We know the relation between linear velocity as well as angular velocity. We know the relation between what? Linear velocity as well as angular velocity. That value is nothing but V is equal to R omega. V is equal to what? R omega. Substitute that V is equal to R omega in the given equation. So R is equal to, we have M by BQ. M by BQ into V. In the place of V, what we will write? R omega. So R getting cancelled, R getting cancelled. Therefore, which value we need? Angular velocity. Angular velocity omega is equal to BQ by M. Angular velocity omega is equal to what? BQ by M. So omega is also called what? Angular velocity or angular frequency. Now, we know the fundamental formula for the omega. Omega is equal to, what is the formula? 2 pi by t. Omega is equal to, what is the formula? 2 pi by t. 2 pi by t is equal to BQ by M. 2 pi by t is equal to what? BQ by M. From this we will write time period. From this what we will write? Time period. Capital T is equal to, capital T is equal to 2 pi M by BQ. So from this what we will got? T is equal to what? 2 pi M by BQ. So the fundamental relation we have to remember, radius of the circular path R is equal to what you got? MV by BQ, and we know the relation V is equal to R omega. By substituting the value what you got, either angular velocity or angular frequency, omega is equal to BQ by M. From this you got the expression for the time period. What is meant by time period? While the charged particle is revolving in the circular path, the time taken by the charged particle to complete one revolution. The time taken by the charged particle to complete one revolution is nothing but time period, which is given by T is equal to what? 2 pi M by BQ. 2 pi M by BQ. Next, frequency. Frequency. So what is the definition of frequency? The number of revolutions completed by the charged particle. The number of revolutions completed by the charged particle in 1 second. So frequency is nothing but reciprocal of the time period. Frequency is nothing but what? Reciprocal of the time period. F is equal to what? 1 by t. So therefore, F is equal to BQ by, F is equal to what? BQ by 2 pi M. F is equal to what? BQ by 2 pi M. So this is about case 2. Case 2. Next, case 3. In the case 1, I assumed that theta is equal to either 0 degrees or 180 degrees. That means the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field either in the direction of the magnetic field or opposite to the direction of the magnetic field, either parallel or anti-parallel. In that case, the charged particle does not getting any external force. That's why the charged particle will be moving along the straight line. Next, in the case 2, what we discussed, theta is equal to 90 degrees. Theta is equal to what? 90 degrees. Theta is equal to 90 degrees means the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. At that time, the charged particle will be getting the maximum force experiences. As a result, work done is equal to 0. If work done is equal to 0, velocity is changes but speed will be constant. The corresponding path is nothing but circular path. Now, I consider the case. Theta value. How the theta value we have to choose? Theta is other than 0 degrees, 180 degrees and 90 degrees. The theta value should not be is equal to either 0, 180 and 90 degrees. Some other value we have to choose. Now here I assume that the magnetic field will be acting along the x-axis. The magnetic field will be acting along which axis? X-axis. Now I assume that the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field. The charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field by making an angle theta, by making an angle theta with the direction of the magnetic field, with the direction of the magnetic field. If theta is equal to 0 means what? It is traveling along the magnetic field. It is traveling along the magnetic field. If theta is equal to 90 means what? It is traveling perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. So here in between 0 and 90, I assumed that the theta will be taken as a what? In between 0 and 90 degrees. So whenever the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field by making an angle theta with respect to the magnetic field, I just resolved the velocity vector v bar into two rectangular components. One of the component will be present along the direction of the magnetic field. One of the component of the velocity will be present what? Along the direction of the magnetic field, and the other component will be perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. One component will be present along the direction of the magnetic field, and the second component will be perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Now, once again go to the first case. In the case 1, what we assume, velocity vector v bar will be in the direction of the b bar. Velocity vector v bar will be in the direction of the magnetic field vector b bar. So in this case, whenever the charged particle will be traveling with a velocity v bar, that v bar is also present in the direction of the magnetic field. For that, what you wrote here, force is equal to 0, the path will be is equal to what? Straight line path. Once again, to understood very easily, I am saying that. So in the case 1, what you take, velocity vector v bar will be present in the direction of the magnetic field. So in that case, external force is equal to 0. External force is equal to 0 means what? The corresponding path is equal to what? 0. Now, in case 2, you wrote that v bar is a perpendicular to b bar. V bar is a perpendicular to what? B bar. In this case, force experienced is equal to BQV. Force experienced is equal to what? BQV, maximum force, and the corresponding circular path is equal, and the corresponding path is a what? Circular path. For the case 1 straight line path, when velocity is in the direction of the magnetic field, the corresponding path is equal to what? Straight line path. According to the case 2, whenever the velocity will be perpendicular to the b bar, the corresponding path is equal to what? Circular path. Now coming to the diagram. So here, one of the velocity vector will be there. So which is parallel to the direction of the magnetic field, So according to the case 1, this component of velocity tries to move the charged particle, in which path? Straight line path. This point we have to understood. Once again, in the case 1, whenever the velocity will be acting in the direction of the magnetic field, it does not experience any force, so that along the same straight line path, the charged particle will be traveling. Here also, I have one of the component of the velocity v parallel, that value is equal to what? V cos theta. So that this v cos theta component term tries to move the particle along which path? Straight line path. Now coming to the case 2, whenever the velocity is perpendicular to the magnetic field, force becomes maximum. The corresponding path is nothing but circular path. Here also we have a velocity component called v perpendicular is equal to what? V sin theta, which is acting perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, which is acting perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. So that this component of the velocity will tries to move the particle in the circular path. That means if you observe carefully the diagram, simultaneously v parallel will be tries to bring the particle in the straight line path, as well as v perpendicular component of velocity tries to bring the particle into the circular path. So here the combined motion of one is which path? Straight line path and circular path we are calling as helical path. The combined motion of what? One of the component of the velocity will be tries to move the charged particle along the straight line path. Another component of velocity will be tries to move the particle in the circular path. Hence, we will say that the combined motion of the straight line path as well as the circular path is nothing but helical path. Which path? Helical path. This will be happens when only? Whenever the charged particle will be entered into the magnetic field other than 0 degrees, 180 degrees and 90 degrees. In that case, the charged particle will be moving in which path? Helical path. Which path? Helical path. Now, we have to calculate radius of the helical path. Radius of what? Helical path. So here, in the second case, you wrote that whenever the charged particle will be moving in the circular path, you wrote the expression for the radius. R is equal to what you wrote? mv by bq. R is equal to what you wrote? mv by bq. If you see here in the second case, the velocity vector v bar is perpendicular to the magnetic field. That means what velocity you wrote here? The velocity which is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So while you are writing the formula for the radius, you must mention that the radius of the circular path is equal to m into v perpendicular by bq. R is equal to what? M into v perpendicular by bq. V perpendicular is denoting what? The component of velocity which is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Very, very important. So here two velocities we have. One is a v parallel, another one is a what? V perpendicular. So while you are writing the formula for the radius of the helical path, which velocity we have to consider is radius R is equal to m into v perpendicular by bq. That means always we must consider the velocity which is perpendicular to the magnetic field only. That's why I wrote v perpendicular is indicating what? Component of the velocity which is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So therefore, radius R is equal to m into what is the perpendicular component of velocity from the diagram? V sin theta. So R is equal to what? M into V sin theta by BQ. This is the expression for radius of the helical path. Now we are going to calculate time period for the helical path. So here we know that if a charged particle will be revolving in the circular path, time period is equal to total distance covered by the charged particle by speed of the charged particle. So here the circular path is due to which component of velocity? Circular path is due to which component of velocity means perpendicular component of velocity. Here the charged particle will be coming into the circular motion due to the v perpendicular only. So while you are calculating the time period also, which component of velocity we have to consider? V perpendicular component only we have to consider. So here time period is equal to 2 pi r by v cos theta, which is also equal to 2 pi m by bq. Already previously we wrote, if any one of the charged particle will be revolving in the circular path, its the time period will be given by t is equal to what? 2 pi m by bq. Same formula here also for the time period, there was no change in the value. Now coming to the one more important definition, pitch of the helix. So in the helical path, it is the combination of straight line path as well as the circular path. So what is the meant by pitch of the helix? The horizontal distance covered by the charged particle, in the direction of the magnetic field, per one revolution. So what is the definition of the pitch of the helix? The horizontal distance covered by the charged particle in the direction of the magnetic field per one revolution. So here the magnetic field will be acting in which direction? Horizontal direction, that is x axis. So I will write displacement along the x direction is equal to velocity present along the x axis into time taken for one revolution is nothing but time period. So x is equal to what? Vx into t. So here the pitch of the helix will be represented by the symbol p. Vx means what? Velocity present along the x axis. V cos theta. Time period value is equal to what? 2 pi m by bq. Time period value is equal to what? 2 pi m by bq. So this is the expression for pitch of the helix. What is the definition of the pitch of the helix? The horizontal distance covered by the charged particle. In the direction of the magnetic field per one revolution. Such a distance is the calling as what? Pitch of the helix. Thank you.